Everybody, welcome to another study. It is, of course, Wednesday, which means our word comes from someone else today. And today, it comes from Steph. She's going to be looking at the theme of waiting, and we're going to be in the passage 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19. So I'm going to hand over to Steph.
Hey everybody. So today we're looking at our 20th youth study in our series, and I wondered if I could start by asking how you're all doing in this period of lockdown. Just thinking, as we're entering our 8th week of lockdown, I'm really challenged by this season of waiting that we're in. With every announcement that comes, there's maybe this growing sense of impatience. As we're longing to see our friends and family, we're longing to meet with our church family, or just simply go out for a cup of coffee, or a drive to the North Coast. I know we're all looking forward to that. But yeah, we're in a season of waiting, and I don't know about you, but I tend to not be very patient. So I'm finding I'm struggling with this time. And especially society today has made things so accessible that we're usually not having to wait very long for things. When you think about ordering anything online, we're usually expecting to receive it in a matter of days, if not the next day. Thank you, Amazon Prime. But society attempts to make things go faster, yet God works on a different timetable. The Bible verse that we're going to look at today in our study is found in 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19. And it says this: "We couldn't be more sure of what we saw and heard. God's glory, God's voice. The prophetic word was confirmed to us. You'll do well to keep focusing on it. It's the one light you have in the dark time as you wait for daybreak and the rising of the morning star in your hearts." We read in the Bible how the Israelites experienced many dark days. However, they had the hope of what was to come, as the prophets spoke of this Messiah who would come. And so they waited in the dark for the light. This theme of waiting is so much throughout the Bible. Even the greatest figures we read had to wait many years for God's promises to be fulfilled. We think of Abraham, who waited 25 years for his son. We think of Joseph, who waited 13 years for his dream to be fulfilled or to come true. And we think of the Israelites, who waited 40 years before they reached the promised land. And I found this quote on the Desiring God website, which I think just says it really nicely. God invites us to trust in his goodness today and his faithfulness tomorrow. What we often miss, though, is the work that God is doing through the seasons of waiting. Because even thinking about Abraham and Joseph and the Israelites, God used that time to prepare them. He used that time of waiting to teach them and to shape them. And even though we aren't waiting for the Messiah the same way the Israelites were, we still experience waiting. Maybe we're waiting for God to answer a prayer, or we're waiting for him to give us guidance for a decision that we need to make. We often spend a lot of time waiting, but it doesn't make us any better at it, unfortunately. One thing that has helped me through seasons of waiting is remembering that God's plan and timing is best, and knowing that there is something actually happening even when we think nothing is. God uses waiting to change us, so we need to learn to wait well. And often what we'll find is that there's beauty in the waiting. Hope you guys are keeping well. See you later.